All right, guys, 2013 Ford F-150. Customer's complaint is the high speed fan kicks on when you turn on the AC. High speed fan kicks on, it's like whoo. All right, this vehicle has two fan settings. You got the low or the normal fan speed, and you also got the high speed fan. All right, when that pressure gets up so high, when the pressure in the high side in the condenser area gets up so high, there's a high pressure switch over there, okay? And it's telling the computer, hey man, you got such and such, pressure in this condenser. We better kick on the high speed fan so we can cool that pressure down, all right, to the normal operating pressure of the condenser is what's going on. Now, once that gets up to a certain level, the high speed fans will kick on again. All right, just to give you some kind of base on the video. So let's get to it. I'll see you on the other side of the video. All right, guys, and this is where we're at with the vehicle not running. Static pressure is pretty good. I'd like to see it around 100, but that's fine. The compressor is going to kick on. And we have 150 on the high side. Let's start it up. Let's kick on the AC. We'll check out the fans. We'll see how cold it gets inside. Let's do that now. It is hot out here today. Yeah. All right. All right, starts up good. AC is on. Kick the fan on high. The blower. It gets cold immediately. Let's go out there and check them gauges. You see a little fluctuation over here. I do see that. The high side is a little over 200, 210, something like that. I don't see, too much problem in that. The fan is running, but it's not running on high speed right now. And it was the other day when I checked it out. So we're going to keep this thing running a little bit, and we're also going to check to see how high that high side goes. I don't know. I'm thinking if it goes up any higher, the high speed fan will kick on. I'm not certain of that, so we're going to figure this out regardless. So this is where we're on the high side. All right. So let's just let it run. Let's go ahead and go into Ford and see if we can get into the heating and AC part of this. See if we can read any codes on the AC system. There's no trouble codes on the AC. All right, I unplugged the high pressure switch, which is down there. All right, the fan did shut off. It takes about a minute or two for it to shut off on you. So I'm gonna plug the fan, I'm gonna plug it back in there. The fan should come back on again. There's the high speed again. I don't like all that fluctuation. We got 200. Since I unplugged it, let me go ahead and cycle the key. Because I might have flipped it out a little bit. I'm gonna wait 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. I might have freaked out the computer. I didn't shut off the car when I plugged it back in. Let's just see what happens. Fans are on normally, normal speed now. So that was probably me that did that. We're back up to 210, almost 210. We're gonna have to let this thing run for a little while because right now it's acting normal. The high-speed fans is not coming on like they were the other day. I'm not finding anything on scan data that indicating anything abnormal. No trouble codes. Okay, this is the powertrain. All right, we unplugged the high pressure switch, so we did that. I'm gonna go ahead and clear it out of there. All right, guys, the AC is still on. The fans are at a normal speed. I want you to check this out. So I'll find my stand. All right. Now what I noticed, all right, I'm gonna set you up right here. Focus on the noise of the fan. All right, I'm gonna step on the gas a little bit and that fan is gonna come on and you're gonna hear a woo sound come from the, woo sound. You're gonna hear a sound coming from the air compressor as well. So let me step on the gas. All right, now that fan just kicked on at high speed once I stepped on the gas. I don't know if you guys heard that roar, that humming, that roaring sound. It's really not even a roar. Well, it's kind of like a roar coming from the AC. Let's take a look at our pressures. All right, our pressures aren't too bad, but the high-speed fans kicked on. So what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest with you. I want to change the compressor out just because of the humming. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to change that expansion valve. I'm going to do that and we're going to retest it. And then I'm going to go for the compressor. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not finding any evidence. I'm not finding any evidence to do. Hey, and truth be told, I am not confident that this expansion valve is going to do the trick. It was customers' request to get it replaced, so I'm going to do it. My pressures look good. I'm not saying that it's not going to fix the problem, but I'm feeling kind of skeptical on it. So let's get that done. It shouldn't take but 30 minutes to do the expansion valve on this. You see it's still running on high speed right now. Now if I turn the key off and start it back up again, it'll be a normal fan speed. I'll do that for you while I got you here. Okay. Turn it off, turn it back on. All right. All right, it just kicked on. Real nice and easy. That's what I want to see. My pressures are the same, they haven't changed. I don't like that low side pressure fluctuating like that. You know, that may have something to do with the expansion valve. That compressor is really loud too. So I got both of them. I got the expansion valve and I have a new compressor for it. So let's do the expansion valve. Let's see what happens. All right, before I start removing the expansion valve, what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a little bit of the Freon out of there, because you remember the static pressure was like 110. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit, take some of this Freon out of it. All right, I got my low side under 200 now. Let's step on the gas. The fan is operating at a normal speed. All right, the AC is still real cold. I still hear the whining on the I still hear the whining on the compressor. All right, so we gave it gas, released some of the Freon out of there, and you notice, look at that, the high-speed fan is not kicking on anymore. Dude, it's a pressure problem is what we're having. So if it gets over 200, if it gets about 200 or more, the high-speed fan is going to kick on. All right, static pressure after taking some of the Freon out of there. Vehicle's not running that static pressure. We're about 70. Okay, about 70, about 150 on the high side. Let's start it up one more time. Let's just verify that. The high-speed fan should not be coming on. It seems like it's going to be a pressure problem. Too much Freon problem. I don't know. I usually like seeing my static pressure around 100. Let me turn down the volume. All right, added note, every time that you have the vehicle running with the AC on, that's when the compressor hums. If you turn the AC button, turn it off, the hum will go away. So we know for certain that it's coming from the compressor. Just a simple test, turn off the compressor. If the noise goes away, it's a compressor issue more than likely. Turn it back on. If it makes the humming sound, it's gonna be a compressor. Did that even make sense? The on-off switch test. All right, let's get the expansion valve done first. Yeah, let's do it. All right, the expansion valve removal. All right, you got one nut right there. That's the only thing that holds the manifold pipe on there, okay? One stud, one hole in the middle. All right, so you got some torque heads down here. I don't know what size it is, but we're going to have to remove those two bolts out of there, and you can pull that straight out. Let's do it. It could be a T25. T25. I got a long extension on it. Come on, baby, get out of there. There it is. All right. Tube is installed. All right, I'm going to go ahead and waste a couple cans of Freon for educational purposes. And I'm going to fill this thing up, and I'm going to give it like 90 pounds of static pressure on this thing. It may. All right. I'm going to do this test, you know, that way in the future when I get one of these jobs and it's doing the same thing, at least I have some kind of information to go on, some kind of experience to go on. Let me crank it up. AC compressor should kick on. All right, I got it just over 200 pounds. Okay, we have the new expansion valve installed. It's over 200 pounds. That's about where it was when we first tested it out and the high-speed fans kicked on. So let's give it some gas and let's see if the high-speed fans kick on if it's over 200 pounds. I'm betting that it is, but we're gonna find out. right, got the RPMs almost at 4. If it's gonna come on, it should be on right now. I believe it is. Yep, the high-speed fan's kicked on. If it's over 200, if it's over, all right, it leveled out. It just dropped under 200. All right, so you want, what I've learned today is you got to have this under 200 pounds on the high side. Otherwise that fan, the high-speed fan, is going to kick on. Let's do it again. So if it's over 200 pounds, you have a restriction somewhere, or the expansion valve is, something's going on with it. All right, it just kicked on. All right. Compressor is still whining. I'm waiting on it to cut off. You can see how low it has to get before the fans go normal speed. All right, that's good. That's good. I can deal with that. So one thing I've learned, you can't have this system overcharged. If you overcharge this system, we still got to do the air compressor. But what I'm thinking is if you overcharge this system, them high speed fans are going to kick on. Is what I'm learning. And 200, if you're below 200, you should be okay on this one. This is 2013 Ford F-150. I can kick on the gas and the high-speed fan will kick on, but it's going to shut right back off. It's not going to stay in the high mode. So if you're at the Walmart, or at the drive-thru, just chilling, just waiting on your food in these long Kovic lines, just pushing on the gas just a little bit. It just kicked on. And it's going to go off in a second. The AC is very cold. All right, there it goes. It just kicked off. Now it's on normal fan speed. So that's a wrap on that, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get this AC compressor on, and we'll do some more testing after I get that new compressor off, because we still got to get that whine out of it, and you can hear it. What you're hearing, a woo, is the compressor. All right. So let's get a new compressor on there. Oh, while I'm at it, let's just go ahead and do this test again. You guys hear the compressor. I'm gonna come in here and shut off the AC. All right, now let's listen for it. See, it went away, right? Let me kick on the AC. Hear it? So we got to fix that too. We're going to replace the compressor next. All right, guys, and if you're having this problem with the high-speed fan, what I would do is and if you just charged it up let's say you just charged it up and all of a sudden, or you just charged it up and it's now you're hearing that tornado under the hood, I'd probably pop that hood and take some of that Freon out of it and try it again. And if it's still coming on, take some more out of there and take some more out of there and keep testing. And that would tell you that you have high pressure in the system. If you take so much out that your car starts getting warm inside, it probably means you got a restriction. I would probably change the expansion valve at that point and go from there. But on this one right here, I'm calling the compressor as being the culprit on this one, on top of it being overcharged, because you guys heard that noise in the compressor. So anyways, that's a wrap, guys. I'm out of here. It's hot. I'm going get me a glass of water. A glass of water. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.